A new but not improved Casey Anthony resurfaced this week in the form of a video diary. The woman who was acquitted of murdering her daughter is seen in a video sporting a new look. She says it's surreal how much things have changed since July and how much things haven't. Also, she's excited to keep a video log since, quote, things are starting to look up, unquote. Tonya Reiman is a body language expert and the author of The Yes Factor, and she joins us. Tonya, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to look at some of this woman's clips. She's back, unfortunately. Let's get the first clip up here.
Things are starting to change in a good way. Just hope they stay, that things stay good and that they only get better. They'll only get better. So this is the end of my first video log. I'll probably do another one later.
All right, Tonya. You know what I'm shocked at? Her hair. She looks like her mother.
Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. Why go blonde and short like that?
From such long, dark brown hair. But anyway, what do you think of this?
Different changes she could have used, and that's the one she went with. That's very strange, very telling. Okay, so what do we see as she's doing this? Not only does she tighten her lips several times, which is a signal of anxiety and being very upset, but her voice is so monotonous. Do you hear how flat her voice is? So as she's speaking, things are really going to be wonderful from now on, and this is my first video diary. Like, there's no vocal inflections
whatsoever. So what does that tell you? Is she on drugs or something?
No, well, you know, that much I can't gauge from this, but what I can gauge is the fact that she's not as exuberant as she would like us to believe. I mean, that, and then if you look, at one point you'll see in the slow motion, she does this like contemptuous one-sided pull-up of the lip, and that's telling as well. That with the shoulder shrugs all tell me that she is very confused still. She's really not there.
Oof.
Wow.
All right, let's look at this.
Complicated.
Yeah, complicated, confused, but a lucky person anyway. Let's look at the next clip.
It's a little scary because I hate being on camera, but I don't know. I need to conquer that fear at some point, and this is a good start. So, here's hoping.
Really? You hate being on camera? I mean, I was in that courtroom, Tonya.
Yes.
This woman is the best actress I've ever seen. When the jury came in, she was a different person than when they weren't there.
That's why there's that little smirk that comes onto her face and that shoulder shrug. Gee, really, I hate it. Believe me, trust me, she is just full of it. She loves the camera. All the pictures that we've seen of her, all those different shots of her in very sexual, revealing positions. Even look at how she's dressed in this. Low-cut tank top. She's got the jeans with the holes, and she keeps stroking her kneecaps. This is all to captivate her audience.
It's pathetic. But anyway, let's go to the next clip here where she talks about adopting a dog, right?
This has just been such a blessing in so many ways. And now I in some ways have someone to talk to even when I'm by myself, so I'm not bothering the poor dog who I've adopted and I love.
Who's she talking about? Is she talking about someone? So she's not bothering the dog? Who's she talking about?
Well, look, the eyebrows go up for emphasis. I've adopted, like, because I'm such a good person, and I love. And as she says, and I love, she shakes her head no. So can Casey Anthony actually love anyone but Casey Anthony? That's really the question.
And do you remember during the trial there was something in a letter that said she wanted to adopt, and then she uses the term adopted a dog? Very interesting.
She adopts the dog.
Yeah. Yeah. You believe anything she says?
I don't believe much now. I mean, you know when I believed her? When she started getting really excited. Like, I think that things are going to possibly go on the upswing. But then she goes back down in that voice and she goes, at least I hope they are.
You know what? She strikes me as being full of it. But let's go to the last clip.
I agree.
I have something that I can finally call mine. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been able to call something mine, and now that I have something even, you know, as silly as saying that I have a computer.
You know what? There was something she could call hers, her daughter, and she never even references her. Shame on her.
Sad about that. Now, and in between that, the fact that she doesn't reference her daughter, and she has something that she can call mine, and then notice, but yet she's got to fix the hair. So even in the midst of this, when she wants to look like she's sad, she's fixing herself to make sure she looks good. It's a very, very interesting piece of work. on this video diary.
Well, and you know, there's another quote in here, and I don't think that we have a screen on it, but she talks about now she's got, I think it's as much of a family as I've ever had, if not more so, which is kind of a shot at her own family. I mean, do we know who she's referencing?
No, because as far as I know, on this video, she's never had anything that she's had for herself, but this dog is now the end-all, be-all for her. She loves this dog. So I guess you're right. That's probably a shot at the family if it's in there.
You know what? I think they ought to call the ASPCA right away and keep their eye on this dog, because this is not the kind of woman I'd even want an animal with. But what do you take from this? Is she different from the Casey that we saw during the trial?
She looks different, but I don't see a big difference. I mean, when you look at her nonverbals, she didn't make a lot of nonverbal expressions in the courtroom other than negative facial expressions, a lot of which we knew contrived. Now here, I see a lot of pregnant pauses as if she's deeply reflecting on things. I don't buy it just yet. Well, wait, let me take a look at the next video blog that comes out, and we'll see if anything changes.
Well, you know what? I don't buy it either. I mean, she is an established liar. She's as much a liar as anybody I've ever seen in a courtroom, that's for sure. Anyway, Tonya Reiman, thanks so much for being with us. All right, an obese man sues white